Are you eating right? Huh? Or you go to the gym, you work out for an hour and a half, and then you go eat 3 McDoubles, 15 chicken nuggets, a large Coke, and 2 large fries. Bro, you're never gonna see your results. You're not putting the work in. You gotta have that diet also, gang. Yo, what's good? It's your boy BVM Marley G back with another video. Y'all know what to do, so I'm not gonna tell y'all what to do. In this video, we're gonna talk about if you want to win, you gotta put the work in. This should be obvious, bro. You can't win if you don't put the work in. It doesn't happen. Results come from you putting the work in. You think that you really could just sit there and success is just gonna fall in your lap? You really think you're going to be a winner and it's just going to fall in your lap? You really think life is just like a lottery ticket? You think the odds are really stacked in your favor? It's not. You have to do the work, gang. You have to do the work. If you, again, are we always talking about bodies? We always talking about becoming the most attractive version of ourselves. If you want to become attractive, do you know that you have to put the work in, right? You have to do things. Like, you can't have bumps on your face, don't have a skincare routine to get rid of the stuff, and you think people going to look at you and not go, ew. You can't have a triple chin, a big bear belly, be 400 pounds, and think women gonna look at you and give you choosing signals. No, bro, you gotta put the work in, bro. You have to become your more attractive self if you want to be attractive to women. If you want to attract things to your life, you have to become more attractive. What does that mean? That means things are being drawn to you, whether that's the way that you look or the way that you carry yourself, but you have to put the work in. If you feel like there's things about you that you don't like, they're not magically just going to change. You don't like the way that you look physically. You know you could change that, right? There's guys who are going to talk about, well, I can't change my height, but you could do something other than that. No, you can't change your height. That's fine. But again, I know dudes who 5'7", 5'6", 5'8", who still get women. That's not an excuse. They still get chicks. Let's stop that there. Well, women prefer dudes that are over 6. Yeah, they prefer. That doesn't mean they don't date them. Okay? They prefer men that are tall. But if you a short king and you make her laugh and she vibe with you and you give off that masculine sexual energy to her, then yes, she will talk to you. We can stop this now. I'm tired of dudes talking about, oh, I'm 5'6", I don't get chicks. Bro, that's not why you don't get chicks. You don't get chicks because you're 5'6", you're insecure about yourself, and she knows that you're insecure. If you walked around confident that you're 5'6", you'll get chicks. Accept your insecurities, bro. There's other things that you could do to put the work in to make you more attractive, bro. Your style. You can start dressing fly, whatever your archetype is. Whatever that is, bro. You can start dressing fly. You can have tailor-made clothes towards you and your body size. You could smell better. That's something that you could work on. You could have a scent about yourself. You could buy more colognes and pick the ones that you like and ones that have great responses to women. You could ask your women homies. I know you're in the friend zone. I know a girl got you in the friend zone. You could ask her what smells really, really good. Use her. She's in the friend zone. You're never going to crack her. Just use her. Use her for what she's used for. Being a woman. Get her to, oh yeah, I like this. This smells amazing. Yo, would you sleep with a guy that wore this? Oh yeah, this joint's fire. Do one of them little joints. Forget sleeping with her. Do one of them joints. But you gotta work on yourself. Because you want to win, right? I thought you wanted to win. If you wanted to win, you would change. If you wanted more money, you would do things that'll get you more money. Things that'll get you more money. Number one thing that'll get you more money. Stop spending money. If you had a goal of saving $10,000, the fastest way for you to save $10,000 is to stop spending money. Because you probably made $10,000 in that month, but you spend it all. Stop spending money. That's one. The next thing you could do, you could, I don't know, work more hours if you're not salary. If you're salary, you can't work more hours because it's not beneficial to you, but you can get a side hustle. You can go DoorDash, get you an extra $1,000 a month. You can go do that. What, you too proud to DoorDash? You too proud to Uber as a side hustle? Isn't that what it's for? A side hustle? You got a job and you go DoorDash or you go Uber 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day just to get some extra money? You too proud to do that? You're not willing to put the work out? I thought you wanted to win. Nobody said you had to DoorDash forever. No one said you had to Uber forever. No one said you had to work 2 or 3 jobs forever. You're just doing it for the moment so you can save and you can move on to a higher life, but you have to be putting the work in. Dudes, again, oh man, I wish I could be muscular. I wish I could have muscles. Well, But are you going to the gym? If you're not going to the gym, are you doing calisthenics? Are you working on yourself? Are you eating right? Huh? Or you go to the gym, you work out for an hour and a half, and then you go eat 3 McDoubles, 15 chicken nuggets, a large Coke, and 2 large fries. Bro, you're never gonna see your results. You're not putting the work in. You gotta have that diet also, gang. You gotta be able to put the work in. And this goes into my first point, right? Results are the only currency that matters. Results is the only currency that matters. Yeah, okay. You're saying that you want the results, but you're not willing to do the work to attain the results. And that's what matters, because people only see the results. People only see the finished product. That's why you wishing right now. You're wishing for that body because you've seen someone else who put the work in have that body. You're wishing for that big house because you've seen someone else have put the work in and attain that big house. You're wishing to date that woman because someone else put the work in to obtain that woman, and you're simply sitting there on the sideline watching and you're wishing. Results are the only currency that matters, because that is what people see. That is what people notice. People don't notice the hours that I put in recording the video. They don't notice the hours that I put in editing the video. They don't notice the hours that I put in promoting the video on different social media websites. But what do notice? They notice the video. They notice what they're watching. They notice the end result of me putting in that grind and that hustle and those hours into the video. They see the finished product. You are like that. You are a product. People will only notice the finished product. Now you can do a before and after. People love those. They love those before and after. You know, you ever see the before and after where it's a chick either she's really skinny or she's really big. And you see the after where she was in the gym. Now she's all toned. She's all fit. She looked fly. You could see it. She just like, yo, she's gorgeous. People love that. People love the results. But again, while she was big and she was like working in the gym, people probably wasn't noticing her. People probably wasn't paying her no attention. But I guarantee you right now, people paying attention right now. That's why I say that. It's the currency that matters, bro. People won't see the work that you put in. People won't see the behind the hours hustle that you put in. People will not see the grind that you put in. But they will see your successes because they can't stop looking away. They won't be able to stop looking away. You start to attract so much more stuff to you by you simply putting in the work, bro. I get it. That seems difficult. Putting in work seems difficult. People are lazy. But we're just gonna be honest. People are lazy. People like comfort. If it doesn't make you feel good, that's what they want to do. People will always, this is psychological, people will always choose the path of least resistance. Always. Even if the results won't even be 100% guaranteed. If I told you a 100% guaranteed plan that you can achieve success, would you follow it, or would you try to find an easier way of doing it? What? Answer it. Would you follow the exact guideline to becoming successful, or would you try to finagle a way to make it easier? Not follow the guideline. They're going to try to make it easier. That's what they do. The same reason why people get entertained by get rich quick schemes. This is a get rich quick scheme. You could do this and you could have $100,000 by the end of the month. What? Most of the time them Jones are scams, clickbait. Most of the time they're clickbait to get you to watch. But again, it shows the point that psychologically people want the easiest way possible. The long run, again, you could make $1 million a year. You can make $3 million a year. It's just going to take slow, long, grinding, hustling, and discipline to attain that. And people are just unwilling to do that. But the results will continue to be the only currency that matter. Your objective is to work towards your results. Work towards the goals that you want to accomplish. Work towards the person that you want to become, and work towards the life that you want to live. That's all I'm saying. You are a man. You are competing every day. I think most men know this. You're competing. You're competing at your job. You're competing in this dating market. You're competing in your livelihood every day. Every day, it's a competition with the guys who's above you and the guys who's below you and the guys who's around you in the world. A world has a certain outlook on a man. Now, a woman, right? This is how I find this is funny. A woman, after she turns a certain age, she automatically becomes a woman. Automatically. In most societies, it's not like that with men. Men don't just turn 18, he's a man. No. He has to do certain things. He had to achieve certain things. He has to hit certain milestones and certain accomplishments in order for him to be a man. This is how the world is set up, and this is why I say men have to compete every day, because they say if you don't make a certain amount of money, you're not a man. They say if you don't work this certain job or you work at all, you're not a man. They say if you don't act this certain way, you're not a man. They say if you don't behave in this certain manner, you're not a man. They say if you don't get all these women or attract these women, or if women don't like you, you're not a man. There's so many things that you have to do to become a man. It's competition. You're competing with everything. You're even competing with yourself. I'll be competing with myself all the time. I'm always trying to become the best version of myself, constantly. The older version of Marley, like, I'm in competition with him to never go back to being him. I want to be this positive, this guy who always is about his purpose, who's always grinding, who always hustling, who always striving for excellence, who always wants to become the best version of himself. That's what I like. That's what I enjoy doing. Everything I do, it's literally to cultivate and become that type of person. The old me would have been like, no, I'm cool just like being a pookie. Oh no, I'm cool just being lazy. Oh no, I'm cool just being bummy. I'm cool just making 30 bands a year. Like, no, I'm not cool with none of that no more. I want excellent. I want to make $1 million a year, and I'm willing to put the work in. I want to have that great physique, and I'm willing to put the work in. I want to live the lifestyle that I found fulfilling, that I enjoy, and I'm willing to put the work in. That's the competition for me. The competition is bad version of Marley, where he's a bum, he's a pookie, he's a poor, and he don't have nothing that's going on in his life, and he's not happy. And the version of Marley that has everything in his life, there's everything that's going on, and everything that he wants. That's my competition. But we always are competing with everything in this world, especially as a man. Like, I don't think women do compete. I ain't gonna lie. They compete on beauty and stuff like that. But men, yeah, we compete something different. I've said this in a previous video. Discipline is your superpower. Discipline is probably the most powerful thing that you can possess as a man. Being able to be disciplined with everything in your life, and that's including sex. having dick discipline is something that gives you power. Why? Because dudes typically fall prey to the power of the P, power of the pussy. We ain't gonna lie. You could be stoic, you could be strong, you could be on your purpose, but let some beautiful chick entertain you and all that stuff goes out the window for a lot of dudes, because they like discipline. The power of the pussy, your beautiful woman just do kryptonite. So having discipline when it comes to your pipe and not allowing access, like not allowing bummy, crappy women access to you is powerful, because most niggas be going. They think all niggas is going. But you like, what other value are you adding? You added some value to me, like other than your box. I don't care about your box. I can get box from somewhere else. That's a superpower. Discipline, being disciplined financially, being able to save money and not always run to spend money, not constantly spending money, unnecessary money that you don't need to be spending. That's discipline. It's a superpower. Being disciplined enough to say that I want this physique, I want this body, I want to look like this Greek god, Steph-Law. Then you're going to have some discipline. Discipline is the greatest superpower that any of us can possess. It's the greatest superpower, because it allows you to focus on the things that's going to add value to your life, and it allows you to eliminate the things that's not going to add value to your life. A disciplined person will say, I'm on a diet. I know I can't eat these carbs. Someone offered them carbs like pasta or something, and they say, no, I'm cool because I have my macros for the day. An undisciplined person, like, it looks good, it looks delicious, I will eat it. Discipline is your superpower. Next point, right, is pain is a part of the blueprint. This might be sound crazy and people might not understand, but the pain is literally a part of the whole blueprint. It's painful lifting heavy weights. Your body gets sore. It's painful sitting there reading books, because to some people it's very boring. But gaining knowledge is something that you need to do. Gaining skills, educating yourself is something that you need to do in order to be prosperous in this life. But to some people, it's very boring. It's painful. It's like hearing nails on a chalkboard. You know what I mean? Some people don't like doing these things. And that's the pain. You have to go through those things in order to grow into your best version of you. I think the best motivating factor in many people's life is when they hit rock bottom, is when they go through pain of loss, or they go through some traumatic experience that make them sad and depressed, and they just don't like their life. Then one day they say, I don't want to live like that no more. If they would have never been on that trajectory to start being more and more successful, more prosperous, if they never hit rock bottom. That's at least that's for me. If I would have never hit rock bottom, if I would never felt the losses that I felt, if I would never felt the pain that I felt, I would have not been motivated to change my life for the better. I just wouldn't have been motivated. I would just be like, all right, this is cool. This is where I'm at. But me having to deal with those issues and those pains changed my life for the better in all different types of ways, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, everything. Because I actually started to sit with myself. I actually started to learn myself. I actually started to self-develop into the best version of myself. Pain is a part of the blueprint. You're going to go through things. It's life. We all go through things. Everybody's struggle is different. Not every person's struggle is the same. They all don't look alike, but we all have simply will go through things. And this is the last and final point. Men are built through pressure. Men are built through pressure, and putting in work and builds you, right? Having your back against the wall and those struggling situations and you persevere through those builds you. Pushing past those heavy weights, you used to bench press at 110. You said one day I'm gonna do 130. You did 130. It's like, oh my God, it was hard. But you pushed through that pain. You built through pressure. Again, I said it earlier. Women just become women by age. When men became men through pressure, through going through the challenges, the life challenges that they told you that you had to go through in order to become a man. You know, the shame and tags when they used to hit you with that, oh, you're not a man if you don't do this. Oh, you're not a man if you don't do that. The world will tell you this, not just women. The world will tell you you're not a man if you don't do these certain characteristics. But again, the women are always the woman. She's a woman no matter what. She's a woman even if she don't take care of her kids. She's still a woman. She's a woman even if she's not a nice person. She's still a woman. She's a woman even if she's not nurturing or kind or any of that stuff. She's still a woman. You as a man, no. Say you don't take care of kids, you're not a man. Say you don't go to work, you're not a man. Say you don't pay all the bills, you're not a man. Say you want to go 50-50 in a relationship, you're not a man. You see how it is? They always say that men got to do these certain things in order to be a man. That's why I simply say that men are built through pressure, because you are not just gifted in society. You're not just gifted, oh, you're a man. You're just a guy. You're just a male, as they like to say. They like to demonize the word man. Man have to do something, and normally they don't say you're a man unless you're doing something that either benefits the society or benefits the woman. That's keep it real when it comes to that. But you are a man when you build the life that you want for yourself. You are a man when you achieve the goals that you want to achieve for yourself, not for anyone else or not for anyone validations. You say you're a man. You know you're a man because you did these things. You went through the turmoils of life. You went through the struggles of life, and you came out the other end unscathed. And this was the video by your boy BBM Molly G. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more motivational videos on how to be the best version of yourself. And I'm out.